Hello everyone, my name is Kelvin Ng, and in this video 116, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can compile a Google Form quiz result using Power Query into a tabular format where you can use your pivot table skill to generate the report. So let's take a look at the data sample data that I have here. Now this is the questions and this is the answer, this is the score. So I'm going to convert this information here into a table so that you can use it in your Power Query. So I'm just going to click table. Okay. Now I have the habit of taking it out. I don't want it to be so colorful. I'm just going to use none. I like it clean. Now the next thing is I'm going to go to this data and I'm going to tell them I'm going to take this set of data and convert it into my Power Query. So now my Power Query went to another screen. Just give me a second. I'll pull it here. There you go. So my first thing I need to do is I need to get rid of all the columns that I don't need. Basically, what I need is the name, then followed by the date. That's all. I don't need the rest of the column like uh, this name feedback, name score, total score, time scale. I don't need that because I have a lot of questions here, 10 questions. I also need to keep some of them and to remove some of them. So let's take a look. I click on this thing called choose column. Now, when I do that, I can decide which column I need to keep. So I don't need the timestamp. I don't need the total score. All these names I don't need. Date, all this I don't need. Now, these are all the questions. If you look from here, there are 3 of them. So the first one is the question. The second one is the score. The third one is the feedback. Now, I need to remove all those with the feedback, which is always the third item. So I'm going to go to this one. I take the first question, the item, and the third item. So please be careful with it. Item, the third item, the third item, third item, and I'm going to do this until I remove all of them, right? Third, third, and ta-da. So these are all the things. So when I hit OK, so I have the participant name, I have the date when they took the exam, the quiz, and these are the questions and the answers. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select these 2 columns to keep, and I'm going to unpivot the rest of them. So I'm going to right-click this, unpivot other column. There you go. So we have a little bit of issue here. The first line is always the question. The second line is the score. So what I need to do now is I need to separate this. Now, by doing this, I need to change this into text first before I can do anything because I don't want the true and false to go from now. So this is text. Now, what I'm going to add on in here is I'm going to split the question and the score, the question and the score uh, at the side here, right? So now if I evoke something here like this, right, at a column, so I need to take away those /0, /10, those kind of thing, right? I need to remove. I just need the score to be 0. But anyway, what's happening is let's say I'm going to column by example. So I'm going to say this one I need the 0. This is 0. Okay. And this is also 0. This is also 0. Okay. Text between delimiter. This is 0. And this is F2. And so you see, I get this information without that slash thingy. So this is the answer. So now I hit OK. Yes, this is what I'm going to use. Now I'm also going to transform it a little bit by using the trim. So in case there is a space in between them, I'm going to take it out. So there you go. All this is done. All right, so this is the column that we'll be using this for the work. Now there's another column that I need to add, which is called the index column. Yeah. So I have 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add another column where I'm going to tell Excel, can you please check for me the even and odd? So even, odd, even, odd. So I put there number, right? Number, and I'm going to put dot is odd, right? Oops, number is odd. No, not that number. Then we're going to put an open bracket. I'm going to tell them to use index and close bracket. All right. So I'm going to ask Excel to give me a true or false. If it's even, if it's odd. So if it's odd, it's going to be true. If it's even, it's going to be false. Okay. So why I'm doing this is so that I can split them. Okay, so now I'm using a lot of additional column here, but I'm going to remove them later. So what happened is now I'm going to use something called conditional column, right? Conditional column. I'm going to ask Excel, okay, if the even and odd is equals to false, because I need the number, right? So false. If it's equals to false, let me just type carefully. FALSE, false. Then pick up a column called text before delimiter. Yes, I'm going to pick up the information from here. So let's see if this is work. This is going to work. There you go. They pick up the number. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click this. I'm going to tell them to fill up. So I'll fill up those answers. All right. Now, once I get that, what I need to do now is I'm going to filter off the false. I don't need the false anymore. Okay, okay. So now you see all the truths. So now I have my questions and also my answers, my score. Right, so I'm going to choose a column that I need to remove. Right, so I don't need the text delimiter. I need the value. The value is basically the question. Then I don't need the index. I don't need the is-odd. I need the custom at the back. So when I hit OK, so you see I have the questions. I have the score. Now I'm going to change this one into a whole number. And this is text, good. But I'm going to change this to answers. Oops, let me just put it properly. ANSWERS. And this is going to be the score. The score. And this one I'm going to put here as question. There you go. So I have my answers, my score, and my questions, which is when they are doing this. So I'm just going to show the date. So I just fine tune this everything again a little bit. So it looks like I'm good to go. So I'm just going to close this, close this and load it into another worksheet. All right, let's wait for a while. There you go. So I have my table 2. So this is compiled. Compiled. All right. So this is what I'm having now. So 20th of June, September 2023. This is the question. This is the answers. This is the score. So I can always create a summary from here. So I'm going to put this into an existing worksheet somewhere around here. Just a little bit of space between them. Hit OK. There you go. All right. So I can put up the name. Okay, I put up the name in the row. So I can put up the date in the column. I can put the score. There you go. This is, I don't need the total. So I'm going to remove the grand total. There you go. So this one, I'm going to change the name a little bit. I'm going to put here in bracket. Maybe I'll put in the next line. Alternate enter. I'll call this one as pre-test. Right. So enter. Right. There will be a pre-test here. Okay. Just put space for that. All right. So a pre-test. There you go. All right. Let me just highlight this. Put it into a center. There you go. So I don't need this grand total as well. Remove the grand total. So participant on the second pre-test, this is what they got. Now, what if I go to my post-test, okay, and I copy the entire set of data? Let me just select all of this until column AL. Okay, over here, all this. Copy, and I come back here, go to the front, I'll just paste it down here. So this is on the 21st, right? This is paste, this is on the 21st, and everything else is entered. So all I need to do is just go to the compile, right click it, refreshed. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh my table here. Right click, refresh. There you go. I have this, and I just need to go in here and put the post test. So I have two columns here, pre-test and post-test. There you go. So perhaps you can do more than what you need here to do which question. So you can put a question here, you can put underneath. So this is which question they got it right, which question they got it wrong. Yeah, everything is there, and you can put the subtotal at the bottom. So there's a subtotal at the bottom for each question. For each participant, which question they got it wrong, which question they got it right. All right, so here you are. Now, this is a very quick demonstration of how you can convert something from a Google form results into your PowerQuery and turn it into something that you can use pivot table to tabulate. So I hope you like this this particular video. I'm sure this is going to help a lot of those who have done quizzes, the lecturers, the teachers, the trainers, which wanted to have some very quick results on how you can do pivot table based on this report. Thank you so much, and I hope you will like and share. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.